All right, now, don't get me wrong, I don't like this story. Okay, I really don't like this story. There's so much about it that I find just below par and a bit distressingly bad. But here's the thing. I think I made reference to this last time. This is so like the Daleks. Like, it evokes the Daleks in such a big way. And Terry Nation, as my good friend John said the other day, does have a good Doctor Who story. It's just the same one every time. And he's not far off the truth, really. But there is something about the Daleks, isn't there? Even here, when they are as annoying as ever. Actually, it's not the Daleks that are at fault, it's everything else. There's something about the Daleks that kind of just makes everything seem a little bit more heavy than it actually is. And I think Pertwee's characterisation is off, but Pertwee's going with it. But then again, the Daleks send everything a bit weird. Philip Sandifer makes reference to the Daleks messing with the narrative of the show, and I think there's something about that. But it's probably got as much to do with Terry Nation, you know, kind of writing a different show. If you think about the Daleks here in comparison to Evil of the Daleks and Power of the Daleks, potentially, when those stories are written by somebody else, you know, we've gone back to making, like, Heath Robinson bits of kit to Wreckham, and I really thought we'd move past that. And I don't think Pertwee's really a bodger. I mean, he likes his electronics and bits and bats, but yeah, to be fair, he does do that all the time, doesn't he? So maybe that's not too off the piece. But that reference, that thing's about, I abhor violence. Really? Pertwee? You beat the crap out of everybody every single week and go, hi! So I'm not particularly down with that. But there is something about the Daleks. And even though these styles are very, very annoying, and even though I'm sick to death of the latest sci-fi nonsense, like, oh, it's ice that isn't solid. It's like, yeah, okay. Ice that's not solid, fine. Icecano, whatever. And that flipping whispering spirit on he's pissing me off as well. But, you know, Joe's being feisty and jumping into carts and getting wheeled into not Scaro. And you know, there is something to be said for flipping the Doctor coming up with, you know, MacGyverish schemes to escape. There's something quite cool about that. That's quite a nice old touch. And using the old Louis Marks Daleks to make it look as if there's a, like... Again, though, the cliffhanger pisses me off because it's the same cliffhanger. It's the same cliffhanger. Look, there's shitloads of Daleks. Admittedly, this time we're about to float up a chef. But it's the same cliffhanger. Nation needs to recognise that a cliffhanger should present something new and then resolve the new thing. Even if we know it... Oh, anyway, not to worry. So, I'm not enjoying Planet of the Daleks, but I am enjoying Planet of the Daleks because even though it's bad... kind of feel it's quite important. Not like Claws of Axos, which felt dispensable. This actually feels, I don't know, as if it has some significance. Mind you, anything Terry Nation for rights feels it's got some significance because it feels like being hit around the head repeatedly with a metaphor. They're Nazis, you know. Anyway.